Okay, back to Caves of Qud. One thing I forgot to mention before, I'm thinking of skipping some of these caves recording-wise, so that you guys don't have to see this repetitive, oh, I'm killing Snapjaws again, oh, I'm killing whatever else there is besides Snapjaws again. Maybe I could just go through it, tell you guys the gist of what happened, and only record new dungeons. So, I'm not sure what I'll be doing with that. You guys tell me what you think. And there are more Snapjaws to kill. And I wasn't watching my levels. I got 4 hit points. I guess I'm happy with that. Anyways, I don't want to waste a precognition on the next level, because that's when I finally get the 4th mutation point. Why didn't we invest this earlier? That'll help us an incredibly small amount. Slender and willowy? Oh boy. I want to see how much this is gonna weigh. Slender, willowy leather armor. I'm almost tempted to use that in place of my 20-pound studded leather armor, simply because it only weighs 1 pound. But I'll stick with what I have right now. That is quite rare to run into something that has both of those pound reducing bonuses. Yeah, things can have lots of bonuses. What was I gonna say? There was something I was planning to talk about a bit. Oh well, I'll just not talk about it, and you guys will just lose out on the advantages of knowing whatever I was gonna say. Just pick up some random garbage. Let's see, what weight are we at? Just snipe that guy and kill him. Get a beaded bracelet. Yeah, I don't know why it took so long for us to get those in the last run. They didn't snipe him. Maybe there were 2 of them? Oh, man. What are you? You're a gut spiller? Yeah, we have yet to run into a fire thrower. Those guys can be dangerous. I don't know why we're running into so many legendaries here. And we're bleeding. Oh well. Let's get that. No, we're full. What else is here? Some iron. A couple of bows. Yeah, I guess I did snipe him, because there were 2 bows. And I think that's all that's worth picking up. You guys tell me if I made a mistake. Kill this guy. Do we have any bandages? I don't think so. No bandages. Oh well, let's just go to sleep. Let's just die somehow. Oh my goodness, so many of these. And now we can pick up some more stuff. I don't know what's with this, how I can actually look at the rest of the stuff when there's so much stuff here. Yeah, because if I press the down button, I don't get to look at the rest. Yeah. V get, what? V get, because it's U here, the next one would be V, so I can actually look at what that is. And there is no V. So that's all of it, I think. W? Yeah, okay. Let's take care of this guy that was attacking us. Stupid menus blocking at my sight. So let's get some of this stuff. A lacquered short bow will be worth slightly more. Not that it particularly matters. I wouldn't go out of my way to get a lacquered item for selling. It doesn't increase the value that much. More Snapjaws. That's what this dungeon is. More Snapjaws. Where am I going? I'm trying to go downstairs. So, here's another Snapjaw. kill it, eat it, and move on. Here, these dread roots, you can't attack them normally, hence you need to use that little control trick that I showed you before. Hold control and then try to walk on them. You will kill them. Very useful for not getting annoyed later on when you have to go back to the dungeon, assuming you do. It's pretty nice not to have to deal with those. Of course, you shouldn't go around and destroy all of them, just the ones that you think will get in your way. And here is another one of these cowardly cave spiders. You can't eat it because it is filling compared to some other enemies. And judging from this campfire, it is a campfire, yes? Yes, they are probably going to be a lot more snapjaws in this next area. Like this guy. Ooh, weird artifact. What that is. Probably nothing. Probably just a grenade that I'm happy I didn't get hit by. And let's equip our first wooden buckler. We don't need a farmer's token, but let's just equip it here instead. And this is in fact a freeze grenade. That's just wonderful. So now that we have our first shield, we may as well spend some of these points that we have too many of. We don't need staggering blow, staggering block. I don't see that as being particularly useful. So let's just, yeah, I don't really know what else we could really want to invest in. I want to save up for Fasting Way. Costs a total of 250 SP. See, the way this works is there are these various categories for different abilities, different skill point abilities, and in order to get anything in that category, you first need to buy being able to use that category. So if I want to use butchery, first I need to spend 50 skill points to get the butchery category, and then I need to spend how many points I want on these various other things. So if I wanted skillful butchery, then I would need to spend 150 points, and probably masterful butchery requires skillful butchery. I'm not sure. It doesn't say it. It says that it requires butchery, not skillful butchery, which is odd. And yeah. So we already have axe expertise. We could buy these for not so much, but I really want to save up for, as I've already said, Fasting Way. It's not so incredibly useful, but it can really save you some stock and make you make travel on the map a little bit easier. And what are you? You are a gun user, yes? You are a shotgunner. Let's have a gun battle. It's always good to have a gun battle with someone every once in a while. Breaks the monotony of things. And let's steal his weird artifact, which is probably the shotgun. Shotgun ammo. It's probably going to be a pump shotgun or something like that. Something that is not so accurate, not so useful, according to my imperfect memory. We already alluded to that, speaking of imperfect memory. So, let's see. Yep, 12 pounds. It's heavy. It's a pump shotgun. I wouldn't use it. You have to reload it every time that you want to use it again. Unless you're a fan of pump shotguns for some strange reason, I wouldn't advise you to use it. And is that our first Jilted Lover? Earlier, rather in the first run, at some point I made a stupid comment saying that we never ran into any plant enemies. Total lie. Of course we ran into plant enemies. First dungeon in the game we ran into more than one kind of plant enemy. What I was referring to when I said that we can't dominate plant enemies would be the actual plant enemies we'd want to possess. Specifically, one in town and I think one not in town that we want to possess. We'll see more of that later if we ever get to these places. Here's a little dreadroot tuber that we don't want. So, yeah, we have more dungeoneering. Brute and a warlord. Odd group there. I don't know, I wouldn't expect a warlord to be wasting his time with the brute. But now it's a bloody brute. And a bloody warlord. The best kind. interesting thing about this game, you never become a bloody Ray McGee, but if you use Temporal Fuge, you can end up making your Fugites bloody. Ray McGee's or whatever your name is. So, more pointless things. Ooh. I'm not used to these jilted lovers now that I haven't run into any of them until now. Not conditioned for them. And that is the annoyance of the Dreadroot. So moving on, we have this guy to kill. And let's just immediately go downstairs because we are impatient. Now let's go back upstairs. What? You hit for 1 damage. Yep. Looks like there was an enemy right under that staircase that we just punched. And yeah, weird way to play this game. He's not gonna come up. Let's see, does he hit us? Nope, we just hit him. And we got 25 experience. Let's see what he could have been. He didn't drop a corpse, so we won't know. Probably was a seed spitting plant. We're pretty close to a level up. But we want to save our precognition for getting a mutation that we like. Just kill this Skirshling. And technically we can leave. Because we're not going to go to the underground river, not the underground lake. I don't know why I called it underground lake before. It's a river. But we're not going to go there yet. There is a nice thing there, but it's too dangerous for us right now. So, I'm not going to make this character one of those guys that died because I sent them there too early. Too many of those already happened. And we got that level up, so let's use precognition. And then, once it's done saving the game, any day now, XMY. And none of these are particularly interesting to me, so I'm just going to pick a random one. So never mind, that's what I picked. Okay, guess what, I didn't pick it, because that's not what happened. So now it loads the game forever again. Pretty annoying, but what can you do? So, walk a little bit more, and I haven't been watching the clock again, so I think I'm just gonna, again, pause this and come back.